What's up, everybody? I'm the publisher, Mr. Kelly Cole.
And I'm the writing coach, the relationship architect.
Welcome to Books-N-Brothas podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in another week. We're making it happen. We're doing what we do. How you been, brother? Talk to me.
Brother, I've been running, but you know what? It's all good, man. I can't complain. Every day we got life. We get another shot at it. To do it, let's do it. So
For sure,
I'm here.
For sure, bro. I definitely concur, bro. This quarantine it's not fun. But it's a blessing. Like, the alternative is actually getting the virus, and because some people are not making it. So I'd rather be home and safe than contracting it. So prayers for everybody who has family or friends who are suffering from the virus, or know somebody who has. So prayers out to you guys. But man, it's tough. I'm used to being on the road. I was telling somebody today, this is the longest I've been home in a long time, man. And we take freedom for granted, like our freedom to go and do and travel, and man, we took it for granted, bro.
Yeah. One of the things that, it's funny for me, I haven't really been able to quarantine, but I do miss being on the go because, I'm so used to working and then working, right? Working and then on the go speaking and doing that. So I feel the impact of that. Mm-hmm. But the other part, man, haven't been able to even quarantine, man. It's been out there, helping and assisting and working, and it's been crazy. What people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes. Yeah. To help people, especially at the government level. It's a lot. A lot of people criticize what's going on, and that's either here or there, in my opinion. But the amount of work we do at the local level, city levels, and county levels is a lot.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, you're out there on the front line. So yeah, like you said, you haven't had time to quarantine, but I've been in this crib. But but I've been working, bro. I've been reading. I've been just knocking stuff out. So it's been a blessing to be home. But like I said, I'm used to being on the road, at least on the weekends, and being able to get out. One of my routines I like to do on Saturdays, man, is go to the flea market, man. And everything is shut down. Like, it's crazy when you think about it. But yeah, man. So, but just grateful to still be alive. Grateful none of my family has been affected by it. None of my friends.
Praise God. Same here.
Yeah, God's been faithful in protecting and covering and keeping his hedge around us. So I'm appreciative. So I'm thankful. But yeah, bro, so you had the topic for this week, which is how to create self-help books.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think it's very important. I think this is a great topic. I think a lot of people can benefit from this topic. But yeah, bro, so let's jump into it. How would someone start in creating a self-help book?
Well, I'll give a backdrop before I get my first point of the night. I was talking to someone last night in a writing coaching preliminary, I would like to say. A lot of people come to me and they're not sure what I do, or they're not sure, if they want to invest in it. And she was just talking about how she did this and overcame this and overcome that. I mean, phenomenal story.
Right.
And she was like, her goal, she came on one of my lives, and it was so powerful. She said, I want to be a millionaire in 6 months. I want to be a millionaire in 6 months. And I thought it was very bold.
Okay.
In the midst of COVID, she came on and said, listen, I want to be a millionaire in 6 months. So I said, hit me up. We connect. I knew it from a while back. I said, hit me up, because I like that attitude.
Right. And so can I ask a question right there? What was the purpose of her wanting to do it in 6 months? Did you ever get to that?
She said because she's going to be turning 30.
She wants to do it before she turns 30.
And by the time she gets 40, she wants to be, she said she wants to be on her way to billionaire status, or on her way to.
So what does she have in order to get her there? Like, what tools does she have in order to get her to $1 million in 6 months?
Yeah. So it was a powerful story. That's one of the things I was talking about. It was leading to my first point. So she was talking about all the stuff she didn't know where to start. She did a lot of social media marketing. She did a lot for a lot of big time speakers that I know. And she went through something. And she was talking about all the stuff she wanted to do, but then we got to the bottom line of her story. And then she said, I want to help. And I was like, ding, 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 ding.
Help what?
She said, I want to help people who went through mental illness. I want to help, but her story is so dope, I can't share it here. The way she wants to do it, it's a phenomenal way she wants to do it, and what she had been through suicide, and she had articles already written on this.
Gotcha.
You know, from a standpoint, when I say trauma that she bounced back, she wasn't even supposed to be living.
Yeah.
And I said, well, shit, what I do? She was going on. I said, you need to write a book first. And I said, what you need to do is, what did you need help with at the time when you went back in your mind when you were on that ledge of life? And she started like light bulb, because I don't want to do what I was trained to do. I want to do my passion. And I was like, okay. So we started talking about certain things she had already, which is when I say a phenomenal story that was already in the news. Right. You already have sources, you already have articles, you already have certain things you can do. And she was a social media beast. She did that for a living in corporate America with branding people. So we kind of meshed that together. So my first point is this: why not develop a self-help book about what you need help in? What was it? I think you're gonna be more vetted. You're gonna be more vetted to it. If you write something that you feel, or you was at a time when your palms are sweaty, or you were depressed, or you were going through, you're looking for material. And the biggest thing I kept saying to her is, you already have material. Right. Like, it started coming to her, and she's like, oh, I want to help my past self and my future self. That's it. That's what she has. And she has all the tools. Like, she has so much other stuff that can get her to millionaire, but I think having something she's passionate about that wakes up every day, and she said, I don't even want to do what I did, in a sense, I want to do this. And I said, okay. So we're building that out, but I said it started with her writing this book. First point. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, because when I find myself, it's funny that this is the topic for today. Here lately, since we've been on this quarantine, I have started thinking about ways of how I wanted to create self-help for young African-American males. So sharing with them what I wish I knew in my teens, all the way up to, say, I'll just say from my teens all the way up into 30, like the things I wish I would have focused on, the things I wish somebody would have shared with me. And I find myself thinking about that a lot. So I'm going to actually, and how I'm going to go about doing it is, I think I'm going to go somewhere, right, with a huge whiteboard or a board that I can actually just write on, right? And I'm just going to start from the beginning. I'm going to say, hey, if I could give a step-by-step plan to a young African-American male who's a teenager, step by step, what would I tell them to do to when they're 30 years old that they're a millionaire? Like, from teenager to millionaire, like, what steps do I wish I would have taken, and what can I help a kid see that wants it? You know what I mean? So I find myself thinking about that a lot. So that's very powerful. So yeah, thinking about, the things that you went through is a great way to create a self-help book. I would say this, another way to word that first point would be, hey, how to help yourself. One of the things about it is, if you get into the mode saying, if I can help myself, if I could have intervened, and, like we look at it, like we knew the stuff we knew now, or operated in a place where we knew it and we had to help. Yeah. And so that was just like, it's funny that topic, we picked that topic around that time because it wasn't a planned conversation. She ended up hearing a message. It was ignited by that message. And she was like, oh, I'm going to start all these things. And then she didn't have her why. Yeah. Until last night. Which is perfect. Which you help her, create a breakthrough. One of the things I want to share, one of the things that I would share with a young person, like to make $1 million or to go from where you are right now, what I've discovered is it's strictly mindset. It's really nothing else. So it's nothing about the product. It's nothing about what you have, what you don't have, what's in your way. It's all about your mindset. So it's one thing to say it. Like I said, okay, why did she say she wants to do it in 6 months? I had that same attitude. I wanted to be a millionaire by the time I was 30. But if I'm honest,
with my 30-year-old self, I wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
ready for 100 grand at 30. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You've heard me tell the story before. I did a celebrity basketball game. I lost $50,000. If it would have hit, I would have had close to $200,000. Would I have known what to do with it? No. Did I have a plan for it? No. But you give me $200,000 now, I know exactly what to do with it.
Yeah.
You give me $1 million now, I know exactly what to do with it. So it's all about mindset. It's all about, having a plan for it. It's all about being able to manage. Because see, this is the thing too. Mhm. It's not just about, if you can't manage $100
Mm-hmm.
or $1,000, you can't manage $1 million.
Mm. Wow.
Does it make sense? So like if you're bad at managing small amounts of money, you're not going to be able to manage large amounts of money. And that is why people who win the lottery and all of that stuff go broke, because they don't know how to manage money, and their mindset is still the same as if they had a small amount of money.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So they go broke. Let's take it even a step further, bro. If you can't manage the gift that he's already given you that's in your hand, why is he going to allow that gift to open doors for you and make room for you?
Really? You hit them like that today?
Hey, it's the truth. Like I tweeted this today. You're doing a lot of praying in this season, but what are you doing with what he's already put in your hand?
Mm.
A lot of people praying, bro. But what are they doing with what he's already put in their hands? Are you writing the book? Are you creating the course? Are you doing, like you said, the young lady you talked to yesterday, are you creating things that he's laid on your heart? Like she came to you, she got the breakthrough. What is she doing with it today? She want to be a millionaire in 6 months. What actions did she take today?
Mm-hmm. You know, what's powerful that you say that.
And
one of the things that I blessed her with her story, she was like, hey, and she was hungry. Guess what you said? What's she doing today? She just hit me up a couple of hours ago and was like, yo, this How to Write a Book in 2 weeks is just what I needed. I'm grinding right now.
Really?
So she basically is taking the tools that you created, taking the tools that you put out, and she was just soaking it up. Because like I was on the live, man, and every teacher loves a student that pulls on them. Like I was on live, but I could feel her spirit like igniting. I mean, like out of the woodwork, just igniting. Mm-hmm. And that was a powerful thing you said. It brings me up to my next point, but I'll say this because I'm gonna follow up with the live to talk about this and more at this point. But what God was giving me, man, is we've been seeing this programming on TV about, get used to the new normal. Or people are either saying that, or on the other side, they're saying, let's get back to normal.
Right.
And I think the biggest thing that if you really want to provide a self-help, it goes back to what you're saying. You got to have a made-up mindset. But the powerful part of this is I don't want to go to a new normal, but I don't want to go back to normal.
Right.
I'm just looking at me. I'm speaking for me right now. Like at this time of sitting and thinking while stuff is closed down, my brain is like on some other stuff. But I'm like, I don't want to go back to normal either. Right? Like some people are like, man, I want to go back to when, I was out spending money. They're thinking about, I was able to go doing this. My thing is like, I want to be on the other side of that, right? And I think that leads me to my second point, which you got a made-up mind. You got to also know that what you would look for in being the help. But I think the other part of a self-help book will be able to blend out. Let me say that, blend out. Like, you want to be able to say, what is my niche?
Yeah.
What is, we talk about it in the book, like I always say, what is your trigger switch, or what's your writing switch, or how do you trick your book? Like, what is going to be your secret sauce? I always say this all the time. Hamburger joints open every day. There's always a hamburger joint or a pizza joint on every block.
Yeah.
What separates them is the secret sauce.
Right.
I'm going to go, I might prefer Papa John's, and Papa John put a pepper in it, and they got some garlic.
Yeah.
On the side. With pizza, I can get a stuffed crust.
Right.
I can't get a stuffed crust over there at Papa John's. Right? I can try. They're going to be like, we don't serve that.
What about the deep dish in Chicago?
Oh, the deep dish. Y'all need to go talk about was it Giordano's? I had Giordano's.
Giordano's, yeah. Giordano's.
I even ordered some I think I found one of those things. Giordano brand was inside of an Aldi's, believe it or not, and I got it at
Really?
the time, and it was delicious.
Really?
Right?
Yeah. Their frozen ones are just as good. Go ahead.
I thought it was better because I was like, man, I put that thing in there, and I was like, wow. It was something, even though I was in a different state that didn't offer it, they
Yeah.
saw the problem and said, hey, okay, because I'm sure whoever the owner is was like, I would like to eat this pizza, and I would like to eat this pizza. It's a good product, and I want to make sure it's other places. So the secret sauce and believing that you have something, even though it looks like somebody else, because if you don't feel like it's going to help anybody, don't write a self-help book.
For
You have
sure.
to believe in that, for sure. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, bro. You talking about that? What's your secret sauce? I took that too, like something that people made fun of me about. I took it and wrote a book about it, which was my last book, which was called Get Locked In: Mastering the Art of Laser Focus to Achieve Your Dreams and Goals. Now, I get joked on all the time about being too focused. I need to lighten up. I need, like, me and you joke about it. Like,
Yeah.
we're in today. I have already the next day planned out because I'm so focused and so locked in on what I want to accomplish and what I want to do, man. And so that was something I took and I said, hey, I wrote it the beginning of last year and released it. A lot of people are going to be coming out with these New Year's resolutions and all of these goals. What they're going to need to accomplish them is focus. So I took it upon myself to write that self-help book on how to focus and maximize, that laser focus to achieve your dreams and goals. Now, why was it so easy for me to talk about it? Because I shared all of my tricks, all of my tools, and all the things that I practice on a daily basis. So like you said, it wasn't hard for me. That was my secret sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to give them some of my secret things that I've never shared with anybody. I'm gonna share one of them, like, which I thought about when you said some people said they want to go back to the norm, and they want to go shopping, right? Most people don't know. I shop, but I shop with other people's money.
Mm.
People get it twisted. They see me have on J's and they think I'm spending all. Bro, I spend other people's money. I don't spend my money.
Mm-hmm.
And how I hack my mind to make it feel like I'm buying myself something for my birthdays and for Christmas and
About to say that.
holidays. I ask for money. I have a separate account for that. So anytime I go shopping, I have money to spend and I can buy myself whatever I want. All right.
Mm.
Another side note to that. I shop at the Goodwill. This shirt you see right here, I got so many compliments on this shirt right here. This shirt was $2 at the Goodwill.
$2.
And it had the tags on it. It was brand new. Somebody had just got it out the cleaners. $2, bro. 95% of the blazers people see me wear online, they came from the Goodwill. They came from the thrift store. So I'm very smart. So I share some of those tips and stuff like that. But that's the reason why I'm able to reinvest in my business. I'm able to do different things because I'm smart about some of the shortcuts and the self-helps that I take, which I have a course on that too. So, but go ahead, bro.
Awesome. I was saying that's dope because that's a powerful part of using other people's money. Because I'll test to that because I remember one time asking you like, bro, what you want for your birthday? You're like, man, or you identify something that you want and you like, people buy it for me. And so that's a powerful tool. One of the things I would say, man, is, and my third point would be this: you want to write a self-help book, help yourself.
Come on.
Now, the powerful part, what I mean by that is I've learned, and we've shared some intimate stuff offline, where you have just soared recently because you've invested on another level.
Yeah.
Right? Well, people want to know, like, okay, I got my name relationship architect, not by me. It was because I was in a coaching session that I couldn't even afford at the time, but I couldn't afford not to have it.
Yeah.
Right? So I took my change I had, and I was with this life coach, and we started doing some stuff, and he was like, man, he was like, dude, everything you do is relational. You are all your high scores, adaptive scores, flexibility training, teaching, all this stuff is basically you're a relationship architect.
Dope.
Now, before I'm like, I couldn't have thought about that in a million years. And I was like, oh, let me grab that. And I think that fits me. It was like a light bulb went on. So a lot of you guys, if you want to write a self-help book, you need to sign up with the coach sometimes. You need to be able to be whatever, because out of that, it was like yesterday, I call it the piñata effect.
Yeah.
like you can see somebody when God burst them up an idea, bust them open.
Yeah.
It was like so much was inside of her, but then we had to get that crack out. And then all of those goodies came out. So a lot of times help yourself so that you can write a self-help book.
Come on, bro. Help yourself. And a lot of times, bro, they don't know how to help themselves, which is why they need a coach like yourself.
Yes.
They need a coach that's somebody who's actually done it, bro. That is the key. That is a major key to success in anything, hiring a coach. Like you said, even when you were at a point to where you couldn't really afford it, you said you scraped your resources together and you hired a coach. That's so you can help yourself, bro. And a lot of people, they are afraid, bro. I was talking about this on IG Live. They are afraid to invest. And it's all about going back to mindset.
Yeah.
Because if you ask somebody, is $100 for a book a lot of money, they would say yes. If you ask somebody, is $100 good for a night on the town on a Saturday night, they'll say, yes, that's a great deal.
Deal.
They'll say the $100 for the book is too much, but $100 on the night on the town, that's a great deal. You see what I'm saying? It's all about your mindset. So yeah, bro, I love that. If you want to write a self-help book, how about helping yourself first? Yeah, so I want to give an idea of how to create one. So I was teaching Sunday school. This was probably 3 or 4 years ago, right before the new year. Once again, I don't know why a lot of my books come right before the new year.
Yeah.
From a lot of my ideas, because I guess because I'm always future pacing. I'm always thinking about the future. And I wanted to challenge my class to take a different action in the upcoming year. So I thought about Solomon, and I thought about how, Solomon, I wanted to study how he got his wealth. And it just came to me without even reading the scripture. I said, Solomon was a consultant. People came to Solomon to pick his brain and brought him gifts. And I was like, in today's time, that's considered just being a consultant. People paying him for his time and his wisdom. And then I just went to the scripture and started reading. And then God showed me the complete, the Solomon wealth formula, which turned into a book. And I remember teaching it to my class, and they were literally blown away. And I remember sharing it with you, and you was like, bro, you got to make that a book. You got to come on my show. You got to, you went crazy about it. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to make it a book. I guess I'm going to teach it on your class. But that's how it happens. So pay attention to what you're already sharing. A lot of times it's already done and you don't even know it. Like if you're a minister, if you're a preacher, if you're a pastor, you're creating content every single week. You're creating a book every single week.
Yes.
Pay attention to what you're already doing. A lot of these Facebook Lives, listen, if I was a person, I know a lot of people who do Facebook Lives weekly. Right? Like religiously every week. Those are books. If not physical books, those are ebooks. Get those things transcribed on rev.com, turn those into ebooks and upload them. It's just passive income. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
It's there, bro. Go ahead.
It sounds like, man, I get hype about this because that's exactly what I was telling the client I was talking to last night.
Yeah.
To the point where it's certain people that come along and we consider ourselves teachers and coaches because of what we've been through. Right. And I was telling her, I said, literally, I said, I was talking to me and you, I've created systems that will cut your time. I said, not even a half, fraction sturge. Yeah. I said, you already have it. And so the biggest thing was when she realized she already had, I want to say this real quick, self-help means that you've helped yourself, right? You've learned a way to do it. And I remember one of my favorite movies is Matrix.
Okay.
And I want to spoil it if y'all ain't seen Matrix. You never seen Matrix?
I'm never going to watch it. I don't watch movies like that.
You're missing out, bro. But anyway.
I just don't like movies like that. I'm sorry.
You don't like the sci-fi kind of.
I don't like sci-fi.
This dude.
I don't like none of those type movies. I've never seen X-Men, none of those.
What?
I watched Black Panther, but
Did you like Black Panther?
It was all right.
Oh, you cuss me out. Stop the show. No. All right.
It was all right.
So basically, in the moral of it, I think the reason why I'm using this, I think everybody has seen it.
Okay.
But if you haven't seen it, I hate to spoil this part, but I do want to make this point. Everybody was telling this dude he was a chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're writing your self-help book, I want people that leave my coaching or our class, and they said it in the book through testimonies, anything we do, to feel like they can walk through a wall, leap over a troop, do whatever. If you're going to write a self-help book, you got to go big or go home.
Right.
Like you saying that this is going to be a self-help book, because I've read some not bad mouth for some authors, but if you give me 2 pieces of paper glued together with a stapler and you tell me something that we've got off call sometimes, we're like, right? I can hear the same information and it can do something to me. But I think the biggest disappointment is when you say I got something that's going to really help people.
Yeah.
And I won't say that your book is for everybody. I know this, but that's sometimes you got to make sure that you believe in it. But going back to this, the part was they kept telling the character's name was Neo in the movie, that he was a chosen one.
Yeah.
But he kept doubting himself. But when he finally figured out that he was a chosen one, he was able to do stuff that infiltrated the system.
Yeah.
To where the people were like, how did he do this? Ain't even supposed to happen. Right. So I think when you really write a self-help book, when you get inspired, you do stuff, when people leave from reading that book, they should be tasting your secret sauce.
Yeah.
They should be like, hey, one of the things I learned from you, man, one of the things we do, when you come to anything of ours, you're going to see that there's more value than what you paid for.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. So, I want to piggyback my final point, man, I want to piggyback on what you just said. By the time they finish your book, they should be indoctrinated into your secret sauce. All right?
Yes.
Once you tasted that Giordano's pizza, what did you want?
I want it all the time. I want another slice.
You wanted more. You wanted more. So by the time they get to the end of your book, they should be asking for more. What's next? They should be looking for your course. They should be looking for your coaching program. Mm-hmm. They should be wanting to take the next step. I'm going to give you another tip. So every book that I create, I haven't created a book yet that at the end of the book, it doesn't have a call to action. Now, everybody's call to action may be different. At the bare minimum, if you create a self-help book, you should be offering coaching at the end of that book. At the bare minimum, or you should be offering your course at the bare minimum. So think about what is going to be your call to action once you write that self-help book. Offer, a coaching program, or because they're going to want the next step. Like, always be ready for them to level up. All right. But that was my final point, bro. You got one more point for him?
Yeah, I would hit what you're saying. We could call it action, but I would always say, this is something, man. I'm telling you, this is Jules right here. Is make your self-help book interactive. Nobody wants to read. I would say a lot of times people want information, but if they can't regurgitate that information, they say that most people lose attention spans after, I think it's like 20 minutes, adults or something like that, some 16 minutes. Basically, or if your book is too wordy or it's not written at a 6th grade level, you can actually be doing all this great. It is really great for you. So I would say this too. You got to be pumped up about it, but you got to have the balance not to get drunk off your own wine.
Yeah.
What I mean by that, you got to be able to say, hey, I know I'm going at the speed of light, and I had to learn this. And one thing my life coach helped me understand is, like, you're a visionary. Yeah. He said, you're a visionary. So what you got to do is, for administrative people or whatever, you got to tell them that, okay, I'm going to be talking about stuff in the future, but this is what I need you to do now because you're an implementer.
Right.
So what I mean by that is you can be a visionary, but there's implementers. So you can't just write this book on how you're thinking. Right. You have to make sure that there are teach-back moments in your book so that you are teaching back or you're getting them to activate some of your principles.
Dope. Yeah, I love that, bro. That's very important, man. Great point, man. Great topic today. I think we crushed it as always, man, and we provide tremendous amount of value if they just actually, apply what we shared with them, apply what we teach. We just gave you $1 million formula right there because Going back to the young lady you helped yesterday, she's not going to probably make $1 million just off the book. She needs something on the back end. That's what's going to
Yep.
sell a high ticket course or coaching program,
Mm-hmm.
something she can sell for $3,000 to $10,000. Because you
Mm-hmm.
think about it, if she got a course or something like that that she can sell for 10,000, she only got to sell 100 of those, and she could be a millionaire.
Right there.
But it takes mindset. Most people don't have the balls or the guts. Let me say balls. Excuse me for saying balls.
Sorry.
But the guts, the guts to charge someone $10,000. Now, it took a long time for me to get there, but I can do it with a straight face because I know I'm worth it. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm worth it. I know my specialty. I know what I bring to the table. And it's never my job to convince somebody of why they should work with me. It's their job to convince me why I should allow them to work with me.
Wow. And that's something that's so powerful, because one of the biggest things is, I was sharing with her last night along those principles too, to be able to say, hey, we haven't even got to the show where we showed them how to do things multiple ways, one particular product. But one of the things I was just telling her, like, you have it from the standpoint of your back end. Because I was like, hey, don't throw away. I told her, I said, don't throw away all of your branding experience, social media experience. Like, you got players, right? And what dawned on me, and I said it to her, she said, wow, I said, people are still making millions right now in COVID from their house.
For sure.
I was like, so what I liked about her was, like you said it, you affirmed it, and now you got to put, like you said, putting those things in place so that you can implement and remind yourself. And what I loved about her, I sent her something last night and she was on it. So sometimes you got to have that, like you said, laser focus and be able to listen.
Right.
She wasn't, what I love about her, she didn't overtalk me and say, oh, she was like, what can I do?
Yeah.
I'm teachable, let me know. And I think that's the biggest thing, man, being teachable. This is a teachable moment, and you use this information.
For sure.
For
sure. Yeah, bro. I mean, it is what it is. You can't, be a talker. You got to listen, and you gotta make it happen. But yeah. So yeah, bro. Great topic tonight. Hold on, what we got announcements. So we just talked about it. If you want to book us, if you want one-on-one coaching, Doc is the best at writing. Like, he will help you get that book out of your head onto the paper if you want one-on-one writing coaching. And me, myself, publishing and marketing. Like, I am a wizard and I specialize in marketing and publishing. So if you want one of us to coach you, shoot us an email, books-n-brothas@gmail.com. Also, when this mess is over, if you want us to physically come and speak at your event, please send us an email as well. And right now we are available for virtual conferences as well. So shoot us an email. We would love to speak at your event. What else? Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, should I say, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. If you haven't already, go ahead and get Doc's book. The link is below this video, 6 Ways to Revolutionize Your Relationship from the Inside Out. Right? Did I say that right?
You took 6 ways to examine. I like revolutionary. That must be the sequel. 6 ways to examine your relationship.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Yeah, 6 ways, 6 practical ways that you can actually look at your relationship from the inside out. You know what dawned on me? Because a lot of times we're so ahead of time, we don't even know it. I came up with a game and a concept to keep people inside. And now people are inside trying to get out. So I'm like, man, you could be inside of your relationship right now, looking at it from the inside, because now you're inside. They said something that was so critical. Another self-help corner is that there's been so much domestic violence spiking in relationships right now. Yeah. So some of you can write a self-help book. This is a bonus going out on domestic violence, how to avoid domestic violence, how to get up or pull your way through it. So this book teaches you 6 ways to settle down during the quarantine and look at your relationship from the inside out.
Dope. Go ahead and get it. The link is below. Also, like I said, just make sure you subscribe to us, share these podcasts. Like, don't keep this information to yourself. Like, let someone else get this information that wants to work on their book in this quarantine time. And if you have questions, make sure you're shooting us your questions. DM us on all of our social media. It's the same, Books-N-Brothas, or you can send it to our personal Instagrams, and you find us on the web. Mine is at Mr. Kelly Cole on everything. His is The Relationship Architect. All right, so look us up. All right, bro, you got any final words before we give them our famous quote?
Man, the biggest thing that just came to me is don't eat your seed.
Come on.
So
Break that
basically,
down. You
this
can't leave them with that. Break them
yeah,
down.
I was just sitting here and I was thinking about what you're saying. What was powerful about it is that this is COVID season or whatever season where you can't get out. Time to plant seeds, but don't go try to, get discouraged because the seeds you're planting is not fruit right away.
Yeah.
Just be able to turn your back and let that thing grow. So don't eat your seed, which means pick it up and say, hey, man, I'm gonna start all the way over. I did that a lot. When I didn't see things growing, I wanted to kind of dig up something else and then plant something else. And sometimes you just got to let that seed grow, because then that seed is going to be an entire tree with residual fruit. So don't eat your seed.
On that note, you don't have to get it right.
Just got to get it going.
All right, bro. Love you, man.
Love you, man.
Peace.